What's up, YouTube? We Post here, and today it's Victor bringing you guys another battle for an original series. What original series? Wow, that has been updated in quite a while. That's because well, as you know, Pokemon X walkthrough. Update on that. It's actually a playthrough, but update on that. I just have to finish beating the Elite Four and the rest of the Victory Road, and that's going to be done, which means we're going to be starting back standard battles and original battles soon. And the whole purpose was the Pokemon X walkthrough, so I could play the game fast enough so that I can actually start doing X and Y battles, which would be awesome. So, you know, actual Wi-Fi battles with the DS, because that's something that we only done twice on the channel, and I want to make it a kind of a constant thing. But I figure I want to do original battles again, and I want to get back that thing going that we had that was about you guys suggesting interesting sets or teams, and it's 6th generation, so I want to see what you guys have been doing that is pretty interesting. And I figured I can't ask you guys to do it if I don't put in something myself. So this is an original team centering around Diggersby, and it's basically just trying to let Diggersby set up. But there's always going to be Pokemon that counter your main sweeper on the opponent's team. So that's what the Banette's there for, the Mega Bayonet. I took George's. It's got Destiny Bond there because of the Prankster ability. So that's just there for eliminating the one big threat on my opponent's team that I feel that Diggersby can't deal with. The rest of the team is basically centered around stalling. Ferrothorn's just there to set up all the hazards, and the rest of the team's just there to either bounce back the hazards or just Whirlwind / Dragon Tail with the rest. Aerodactyl's this Whirlwind thing, because once he's resting, and Whirlwind doesn't have negative priority if you're using it with Sleep Talk, which I got that from someone from an old video. If I can't remember it, he suggested using a Salamence, but I was like, why would I should probably use the fastest Pokemon I can think of, and that's not Deoxys Speed or Ninjask, so it's Aerodactyl, and I figured that might work pretty well. So that comment should have been hovering on the screen. So yeah, let's get on with the battle, shall we? Because I kind of like this one. So I'm going to lead off with Bayonet first, because I just need to get the Mega Evolution going on there, because it doesn't have Prankster if you Mega Evolve on that turn. So I want to make sure that I just have Prankster. I go for Confuser because why not? And he's just going to go for Taunt, which I don't really mind. I'm going to go into Espeon to bounce back the obvious spikes, or take an Ice Beam. It doesn't really matter. I take it decently. I'm max HP, but no defense investment, because max HP, max speed. I'm going to go for Light Screen this turn, just setting up both screens, so you know it'll help with the support. I'm going to go into Gyarados this turn, just to get out, just to kick Volcarona out of here, because I don't want Volcarona setting up on me. Though to be honest, it doesn't even matter, because if he does end up setting up, I have the Bayonet there as an option, but he does have the Excadrill as well. So 2 very dangerous Pokemon on his team. I want to Dragon Tail into Excadrill, speaking of which, and he's going to go for Rock Slide. It's super effective. It only does 24%, which I'm pretty happy about, but of course we have the Reflect helping us there, so you know, but 50% isn't that too bad considering I have no defensive investment in Gyarados whatsoever. I'm going to go for another Dragon Tail. So he switches into Breloom. Don't know what he was predicting. Maybe a switch into Ferrothorn and would have countered me, but I do have the Reflect up there, so I wouldn't have been scared of the Breloom anyways. I'm going to go into Ferrothorn this turn because Heliolisk, it's not that great of a special attacker. It's got Thunderbolt, but I don't know what else it could possibly have. So I figure Ferrothorn's a pretty good bet. He knows I'm going to set up the Star Rock, so he makes a good play. Brings in the Volcarona this turn, just so it's not completely demolished next turn by the Stealth or whenever else he wants to bring it in. He's going to go for Fairy Dance. I don't mind. Gyarados is just, I don't even care, says Gyarados, because it's a Gyarados. He's not scared of Volcarona. He has to switch out. I'm going to go for Dragon Tail on the turn that he has to switch out. And I'm going to Dragon Tail into Heliolisk. No big deal. I can go back into the Ferrothorn and just take whatever he wants to throw at me. And I figured this is a pretty Heliolisk is just setup bait for me at this point. Every time he brings it in, I get to set up another layer of spikes, adding to my plan. Basically what the team's plan is, set up a bunch of hazards, phase his team around so it's super weak, find an opportunity, get rid of the one main Pokemon on my opponent's team that threatens or stops the Diggersby sweep, and then send in find moment of opportunity, bring in Diggersby and sweep. Now here I bring in the Aerodactyl because I thought he would go for Spore, and then I wouldn't even have to go for the rest. I could just go for Sleep Talk, and then Whirlwind, 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 and that would be awesome. But he goes for Seed Bomb instead, which is completely fine because this just gives me an opportunity to go for the rest anyways. And I figured he brings in the Volcarona, so now I'm thinking, yes, I have the perfect opportunity to actually do some work with this Aerodactyl. I can go for the Sleep Talk and just watch right here. Yeah, I can go for Sleep Talk because I outspeed him, and then I can just Whirlwind out pretty much everything I see. Though the problem is, I should put Roar on this thing as well, because right now I only have 3 moves on this thing, so it's actually only 50% chance of Whirlwind happening. So what I should probably do is just put on Roar as well, and then it'll be 66% chance, which is always better. So that's probably a fault for myself. Here I actually make a misclick and I go for the Sleep Talk again, which honestly I don't know what else I would have done. It could have gone for rest, but he would have just gone for Thunderbolt anyway, and that would have killed me. So maybe I would have switched out, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't really matter because I can just go into Ferrothorn again, and now he's gonna bring in his own Excadrill, which I honestly don't mind. I'm gonna set up my last layer of spikes on turn 21, though to be honest it was kind of unneeded. I'm gonna go into Diggersby this turn so he set up a Swords Dance. I was thinking that maybe I could go for Facade, take a Swords Dance, and then just sweep the rest of his team, but I figure it's best to just play it safe, bring in Espeon, just sack it, and go into Banette, eliminate this Excadrill, and then sweep the rest of his team. But I go for misclick and go for Will-O-Wisp, so I'm not exactly going to be able to take it out this turn, or the next turn, to be honest, because Destiny Bond isn't going to work. He actually thinks about this a bit, and he's like, should I switch out, pros, cons, well, I don't know. But in the end, he just decides to take me out. The Destiny Bond activates, he's gonna go down as well, and now he's just getting me get swept by Diggersby, or rather the entry hazards are gonna take care of him for me, because yeah, Blissey's gonna get kind of wrecked by this Facade due to the fact that he used to have 70%, now he has 30%, so yeah. The Facade does enough, and now his Heliolisk isn't even going to be able to take the entry hazard, so that was good game, Flying Bird. Granted, this team is not that good, so my opponent's ratings and both my opponent's rating and my ratings aren't going to be the best, but that's beside the point. I figured this was a pretty nice idea. It's not the most original thing in the world. Phasing with hazards isn't like anything unheard of, but I just thought, yeah, I figured it'd be a nice sort of thing to put out before I ask for you guys' help to bring back this original series, which I thought we had a good thing going, and the Pokemon X playthrough got in the way of that, and I know not a lot of you enjoy it because not a lot of you watch it, so I think it's about time we bring back the original. We bring back the Wi-Fi battling. I'm not sure about live narrations though. That's something that I'll have to think about. So yeah, please leave a comment below talking about maybe some new things you're trying out in Generation 6 that maybe I could try out as well and post on this channel. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.